Wamp and Hullander are the first two candidates vying to move into the mayor's office here at the old Hamilton County Courthouse. Today, Hullander leaned on his experience as a businessman and team builder, while Wamp painted himself as a public school parent, primarily focused on education. The primary election is still 6 months out, but campaign season has already begun in Hamilton County.
I know how to run a business.
And there's no question I'm an unorthodox candidate. It's one of the reasons I'm going to run on term limits. I'm going to run on apprenticeships and vocational education.
The first of two candidates who's thrown his hat in the ring for county mayor, businessman Matt Hullander.
I don't think there's a big difference in putting a team together here versus putting a team together, in a business.
During a campaign event today, Hullander said his business experience is his strongest quality.
I've had to borrow money and have lines of credits and make payroll and sign the front of a bunch of checks and not just the back of them.
And he had UT coach Phil Fulmer there to back him up.
Matt is a team player, and I always like team players.
Former congressional candidate Weston Wamp was the first to throw his hat in the ring, and he says improving education is his primary reason for running.
The single largest and most important part of county government is public education. It's nearly 64% of the budget.
Today, Wamp announced the first few initiatives that will be part of his agenda. These include creating a parents' council to advise the mayor on education.
We live in a community that sells itself. One of our only shortcomings is subpar public education in some parts of the community.
And forming a county apprenticeship program focused on vocational training.
I just think it's the most profound thing that government can do, is to give young people a set of skills with which to go start businesses, make a great wage, start a family.
Josh, Latricia, today, Hullander reiterated he doesn't plan on investing any of his own money into his campaign. Meanwhile, Wamp committed to only running for 2 terms as a county mayor. He says he wants to end the notion of career politicians and impose 2 4-year term limits on all elected Hamilton County positions if he were to be elected to Hamilton County mayor.
The people who live in the home tell me that these packages come from a friend in China, and truckloads of these deliveries have created a sea of packages that can be seen by the whole block.
It started out, maybe there were 20 packages out there, and then it became 100 and then thousands.
Neighbors say this pile of Amazon boxes in the front yard of this East Brainerd home has been growing for months. But Dustin Nash says this isn't the worst it's been.
It's dwindled down quite a bit, but I mean, it used to be stacked all the way out to the road.
We first found out about this through an email from a neighbor who sent us these photos, but she didn't want to be on camera. She wanted to know what could be done about the boxes and told us she wasn't having any luck getting a hold of someone from the city. We contacted the city, who told us the house falls on county property. We reached out to a spokesperson for Hamilton County to see if this was a violation of any codes, and he was not able to give us a response today.
I don't know what's in the packages, but I would imagine the weather damages whatever's in the package, but it just stays outside.
We spoke to the people that live in the house. They did not want to be on camera, but they tell us they have a friend who has a contract with an Amazon warehouse in China. They say whenever that friend's contract expires, she will send the packages to their house for the family to sort and then send back to Amazon for the company to sell. We reached out to Amazon to ask, and spokesperson Brandon Barabo says they have no comment. But even some of the neighbors' packages get delivered to this house.
A lot of times, actually, our packages are delivered there. My husband will have to walk up there and get them.
She says her family is also considering selling their house and is concerned for people to come look at it.
It looks kind of crazy, makes the neighborhood kind of look a little crazy.
But others don't seem to mind.
I could care less. Let people live.
The homeowners also said someone from the county came out and told them to get rid of the boxes, and the homeowners claim that she will have them gone in 2 weeks.
We knew that it was just a matter of time before the first case of Omicron would be detected in the United States. We know what we need to do to protect people. Get vaccinated if you're not already vaccinated. Get boosted if you've been vaccinated.
That was Dr. Anthony Fauci's message as we wait to learn more about the variant. While doctors agree with this overall strategy, there's some disagreement over who should be the focus of the vaccination push. Sabrina Majore shows us why.
The panic about the Omicron came out, and so I decided, well, the sooner you get this booster, the better.
A change from the CDC now saying all Americans over 18 should get their booster shot.
The risk-benefit analysis, has changed.
The CDC is citing waning vaccine protection over time and the emergence of the Omicron variant, now present in the U.S., as why they've changed their recommendation. And while all doctors say vaccination is the best strategy to combat all COVID variants,
I'm not convinced that everybody needs a booster.
Some differing opinions on the latest guidance, as we still wait for more data on how vaccine protection changes over time.
I personally still think the most important people to get boosted are those at the highest risk. That would include people over 65 to 70.
This as Baltimore's former health commissioner sees boosting all Americans as the highest priority.
Increasing the rate of protection for those who are already protected, but giving them that extra boost, I think that will have a shorter and quicker impact than getting the unvaccinated vaccinated.
And Erlanger's Jay Sizemore explaining with more than 4 billion doses given worldwide, he's confident boosters won't do harm.
I don't think there's a downside to giving boosters.
Yesterday was the first day Moderna booster shots were offered here at the River Park, and the health department says after the holiday weekend, they saw an increase in people coming through to get their vaccines. As of right now, the county does not publish how many boosters they've given out, but Hamilton County resident Patty Lewis is one of many who's opting for extra protection.
I'll feel more comfortable about being around more people over the holidays. And
nationally, the CDC says 22% of fully vaccinated people 18 and up have gotten a booster. That number climbs to 44% of fully vaccinated people 65 and up who have gotten their booster doses.